Hello again and welcome to class 198. All right, today maybe we'll start again with one of our famous characters with Nigel Perkins, but we'll see. First, how many new people did you meet last week? I didn't meet anybody new last week. And so far this week, I haven't met, as far as I can remember, I haven't met anybody new so far this week. How many onions did you eat last week? Onions? I didn't eat any onions last week. And so far this week, I haven't eaten. I didn't eat. I haven't eaten any onions so far this week. How many steaks did you eat last week? I ate one steak. I ate one steak. And this week, I've eaten one as well. How many pencils did you eat last week? I didn't eat any pencils. And this week, so far, I haven't eaten any pencils. How many times did you go to the States last year? I didn't go to the States last year. And this year? Nope, not yet. For the moment, I haven't gone. So far, this year, up to now, I haven't gone to the U.S. or to the States. How many times did you fly to Paris last year? I didn't fly to Paris last year. I flew to Paris the year before last. I flew to Paris the year before, but I didn't fly to Paris last year. And this year? Not yet. I haven't flown to Paris this year. Are you going to fly there? I don't know. Probably not. I'm probably not going to fly to Paris this year to go to Paris. How many times did you take a train to Valencia last year? I think I took a train once. I took a train once to Valencia. And this year? No, so far I haven't taken a train to Valencia. How many aspirins did you take last week? I didn't take any aspirins last week. When was the last time you took an aspirin? The last time I took an aspirin was 4 or 5 weeks ago. 4 or 5 weeks ago was the last time I took an aspirin. Last week I didn't take. I didn't take. Last week I didn't take an aspirin. And this week I haven't. So far, I haven't taken an aspirin. And how many classes did you give last week? Last week I gave 5 classes. And this week? This week I've given 5 classes. No, I haven't. I've given 4. So far this week I've given 4 classes. How many UFOs did you see last year? How many what? How many UFOs? Unidentified flying objects. How many UFOs did you see last year? I didn't see any UFOs. And this year? Nope. So far I haven't seen ovnis, dieses. This year I haven't seen any UFOs. Have you ever seen a UFO? No, I've never seen a UFO. Have you? You haven't either? So, neither one of us has ever seen a UFO. Did you see a UFO yet last year? You didn't. Neither did I. So, neither one of us saw a UFO last year. And the year before? Did you see a UFO? You didn't. Neither did I. So, neither of us, or neither one of us, ambos significa lo mismo. Ni tú ni yo. Neither of us, ninguno de los dos. Neither of us, or neither one of us, saw a UFO the year before last. Have you ever seen a UFO? You haven't. Neither have I. Neither have I. So, neither one of us has ever seen a UFO. Do you think you'll see a UFO before you die? You don't think so? Neither do I. Neither one of us will see probably a UFO. To send. How many love letters did you send last year? I didn't send any love letters last year, and so far this year I haven't sent any. All right. Esta práctica con verbos irregulares y regulares. It always helps. How many times were you in this room last week? In this studio? I was here 5 times last week. And this week, I've been here 4 times so far this week. How many times did you begin the class at 7:30 last week? I began the class every day at 7:30. And this week, so far, up to now, I've begun this class at the same time, at 7:30 every day. How many times did you forget something last week? Well, I probably forgot some object or something 2 or 3 times last week. I'm very forgetful. So probably I forgot something 2 or 3 times last week. I forgot. And this week, probably I've forgotten 1 or 2 things so far this week. Have you ever forgotten your name? No, I've never forgotten my name. Have you ever forgotten the name of an actor? Oh, many, many times. Many, many times. Just yesterday on my radio show, I forgot the name of Mel Gibson. I was trying to remember his name, but I couldn't. I couldn't remember his name to save my life. So finally, on the radio, I looked in the internet and I looked at Braveheart, the movie, and I found his name, Mel Gibson. Where was Mel Gibson born? He was born in New York. New York City? No, New York State. Ah, I thought he was Australian. Well, he is. He has dual nationality. Decimos dual para doble, en este caso. He has dual nationality. But he was born in the United States. Well, when did he go to Australia? He went to Australia when he was, I think, 12 years old. Okay. Does he have an Australian accent? Yes, he does. He has an Australian accent. But he didn't have an Australian accent when he went to Australia when he was 12. When did he become famous? He became even famous with the first Mad Max movie. And I think he was 21 or 22 years old. He was very young. He was very young when he became famous. Is he a good actor? I think so. Yeah, he's a good actor. Has he made a lot of movies? Yes, he has. Well, he's acted in a lot of movies, and he's made a few as producer and maybe as director. So, how old is he now? I don't know. Probably 62, 63, 64. I have no idea. Well, I have a general idea how old he is, but I don't know specifically. Do you know? How old is he? Richard, yes. Did you do anything intelligent yesterday? Yeah, I think so. I think I did a few things intelligent yesterday. And so far today? No, so far today I haven't done anything intelligent. It's too early. So far I haven't done anything intelligent, I think, except to get up and to come here. Did you do anything important last week? Yes, I did. I did 5 things important last week. 5. Yeah. I gave this class 5 times, and each class is important. So I did 5 things important last week. And this week, well, I've done. I did, I've done. I did, I've done. At least 4 things important this week, which is the class. All right. Nigel Perkins. Nigel Perkins is from London. He's English. He's a private detective, remember? He is, and he's a businessman. He's 55. He looks older to me. He looks 65 or 75 to me. But in any case, he's a successful businessman, hombre de negocios, in the business of spying. Well, investigating. He's a private investigator. A private investigator for insurance companies, investigating suspicious claims. Siniestros, las reclamaciones sospechosas. De siniestros. That's his job. And he has the #1 company in Great Britain in this. So, I think you'll have Nigel's picture here, or at least the picture we have here sitting at his desk. Listen, are you ready? I'll read it completely through, and then we'll go back and dissect. This week has been a busy week for Nigel. He's had to work more than usual because his company has discovered some very important evidence. 2 months ago, a large life insurance company asked Nigel's firm to investigate an unusual case. A 62-year-old man had died 6 months before, and his 32-year-old wife, an ex-model, had received $7 million from the insurance company. The man died of a heart attack. During the investigation, Nigel's company discovered that the woman had bought large amounts of medicine for people who suffer hemophilia. It's the worst kind of medicine for people who have bad blood circulation. Nigel was a good friend of the man who died. He felt it was his obligation to help personally in the investigation. All right. Very short episode today. But in any case, as you remember, Nigel Perkins is the owner of a private investigation agency specialized in investigating crimes involving claims, insurance claims. Claim is reclamación. Claim, entre otras cosas, claim. But claim, for example, in Spanish insurance companies, to say the claims department, you say el departamento de siniestros. That's the claims. O sea, el departamento de reclamaciones sobre la póliza de seguro. En este caso, el seguro de vida. Life insurance, insurance. In Great Britain, sometimes you hear life assurance. But Nigel normally delegates the work to his people. And Nigel spends his time, if you remember, he spends 2 or 3 days a week at home. He only goes to work 2 or 3 days a week. He lives north of London along the M1 motorway. The M1 motorway goes from London to York to Newcastle to Edinburgh on the east side of England, Scotland, of Great Britain. And about 20 miles, maybe 30 kilometers north of London near Luton, he has his estate. And he prefers to stay on his estate, stay in his mansion. He has a very nice house, 2 or 3 days a week. And he goes into London for a few hours, 2 or 3 days a week. However, now he's going every day. This week. This week has been a busy one. Busy. Pronunciación de ocupado. Busy. Zaragoza. This week has been, porque la semana sigue en vigor. Por eso uso el presente perfecto. Si no sería that last week was. This week, cuando dices this week, o el presente perfecto. This week is important. And this week has been very busy for Nigel. He's had to work more than usual. Pobrecito. Ha tenido que trabajar más que de costumbre. As usual. Usually. Usual. Do you speak French? Je suis. Je sais. Usual. Or like the people in Argentina when they speak Spanish. Yo quiero. Yo fui allí ayer. Usual. Esa pronunciación. Es una SH inglesa que tampoco existe en castellano. She, shoe, zapato, shoe, activando las cuerdas vocales. You. I have 2 shoes. Usual. All right. Como de costumbre, as usual. As usual, I'm here to teach English. And Nigel Perkins this week has had to work. Ha tenido que trabajar. He's had. Voy a hacer la contracción. He has had. Él ha tenido. He has had. Muchacha aquí, hay que sí. He has had. Hagamos la contracción. He's had. Ha tenido que trabajar. He's had to work. Pobrecito. He's had to work more than usual this week, because his company, my company, no, his company has discovered some very important evidence. Evidence, con V. Evidence son pruebas de un crimen. We say evidencia. We don't say proofs. Proof, no, we say evidence. Detectives look for evidence. En la escena del crimen, the first thing a detective does is to look for evidence, not proof. Con la evidencia se prueba, se demuestra. De hecho, el verbo to prove, escrito prove, la traducción más correcta es demostrar. Voy a demostrar con pruebas. Ahora, to demonstrate es demostrar haciendo una demostración física. You know, I'm going to demonstrate. Turn around. I'm turning around. Turn around. I'm demonstrating. Pero no estoy demostrando nada con pruebas. That's to prove. Pero las pruebas los llamamos la evidence. So, Nigel's company has discovered some very important evidence. 2 months ago, a life insurance company contacted Nigel's firm, or asked Nigel's firma, su empresa, firm. No digas firma, firm. Suena igual que quemar, ¿no? Burn. Quememos su firma. Let's burn his firm. Claro, la ortografía es radicalmente diferente. Burn, quemar, es burn, B-U-R-N, burn. Mientras que una firma, como empresa o compañía, es F-I, latina. Firm, burn, firm, con fonética española. If you use Spanish phonetics, quememos su firma, you would say, let's burn his firm, burn firm. But in English, burn firm. British, let's burn his firm. So, firm. In American, firm. In British. So, 2 months ago, a large life insurance company. Large means big. A large life insurance company asked Nigel's firm to investigate an unusual case. Unusual se usa mucho en inglés. En español, inusual no se usa casi nunca. Se dice poco usual. Yes, un caso poco usual. Poco común. So, 2 months ago, a large life insurance company asked Nigel's firm to investigate an unusual case. A 62-year-old man had died 6 months before. 6 months ago, 6 months before. Estoy usando el pluscuamperfecto aquí, porque estoy hablando del pasado y luego un paso más en el pasado, pluscuamperfecto. Un hombre de 62 años había muerto. A 62-year-old man had died 6 months before. A 62-year-old man. Fíjate que old no tiene ese, porque es adjetivo. ¿Qué tipo de man? What kind of man? A 62-year-old man. A tall man, a short man, a fat man, a thin man, a skinny man, a slim man, a 62-year-old man. Natasha Zarakovich is a 28-year-old chemist. A 28-year-old chemist. Paula Eisenbach is a 22-year-old student. 22-year-old student. Akimorita is a 49-year-old engineer. Paula Eisenbach. Nigel Perkins is a 55-year-old businessman and detective. Now, the man who died 6 months ago was 62 years old. So he was a 62-year-old man. Y un guión entre year y old, a hyphen. So, a 62-year-old man died 6 months before, and his 32-year-old wife, Toma, an ex-model, had received $7 million from the insurance company. Not bad, eh? So, this 62-year-old man took out an insurance policy. Se dice así, suscribió una póliza de seguros de vida por valor de $7 millones for his young wife. He was 62 and she was 32. He was 30 years older than his wife. But apparently he was very much in love because he took out a very big life insurance policy. $7 million was the face value. The face value of the insurance policy. Una póliza de seguros is an insurance policy. And so the proceeds, lo que procede, o sea, la indemnización, the proceeds from that policy are $7 million. And she received that money when he died of a heart attack. Yeah, the man died of a heart attack. Ataque al corazón. A heart attack. But the insurance company didn't like giving $7 million to this 32-year-old ex-model. And they said, there's something fishy here. Algo pezoso, de pez? Yeah, something fishy means hay gato encerrado. Algo huele a pescado, se dice en inglés. There's something fishy here. There's something suspicious. And so the insurance company, contacted Nigel's company, Nigel's firm, all right, to investigate this case. Yes. Now, I repeat, the man died of a heart attack 6 months ago. Now, during the investigation, Nigel's company discovered that the woman had bought a large amount of medicine for people who suffer hemophilia. Okay. During the investigation, Nigel's company discovered that the woman, the model, the ex-model, the 32-year-old ex-model, had bought large amounts of medicine. A large amount, una gran cantidad, monto, a large amount of medicine for people who suffer hemophilia. Now, hemophilia is a disease, an illness in which your blood doesn't clot. And so if you cut yourself, you continue bleeding and you never develop, no desarrollas costra. So you never develop a scab. So the blood doesn't clot. And she bought, and her husband wasn't suffering hemophilia, but she bought a large amount of medicine or medication for people who suffer hemophilia. And that kind of medicine is the worst. It's a blood thickener. It thickens the blood. It doesn't thin. Espesa la sangre, no? No lo contrario. And so that's the worst kind of medicine for people who have bad blood circulation. Circulación sanguínea, blood circulation. This story, I'm not finished yet. So I'll come back tomorrow with this story. See you.